Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome to the show, where normally I say we interview the nation's leading real estate entrepreneurs, but we're now turning into the globe's leading real estate entrepreneurs. I'm super excited for our show today. Welcome back if you're joining us for the second, third, or 100th time. It's your host, Stephen Schmidt, and today I'm here with Vijay Selvaraj, and we're going to be talking about global investing and the climate that is going on all over the world right now in the real estate investing space. Vijay has a master's in mechanical engineering and MBA, has been in real estate for over 5 years, and is a part of the Chris Group, which is the family business. They specialize in luxury hotels and hospitals all over the world. He's currently based in Dallas, Texas, and I'm super excited to get into our conversation today to expand our audience to something that we don't hear very often. So just remember, at Investor Fuel, we help real estate investors, service providers, and real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their businesses to allow them to build the businesses they've always wanted, to allow them to live the lives they've always dreamed of. With that, Vijay, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Steve. It's great to be a part of this. I know you've been doing an amazing thing. I've been following your podcast and videos. It's truly amazing. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for that, Vijay. I'm really excited to talk about today's topic. But before we get started, could you just, for our listeners, share a little bit about yourself and how you got here?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Vijay, as I got an introduction already been done. So right now I'm in Dallas. I do land development and so on. I'll just quickly dive into what we do in Chris Groups. In Chris Groups, we build luxury hotels, hospitals, and we only get into the niche areas where we can multiply our investments and even the investors' amount. We have done lots of deals where we have done 3x to 4x returns in 2 to 3 years. And we always use the model of build to transfer model, where we get investments and we just get in where we can multiply our growth. For example, we build a hospital and then we put in operations and then we exit out. We know there is a demand for hospital right in that location, and then we tap into that, put real estate, and then exit out of it. Usually real estate will multiply by 2x and then EBITDA multiply by another 8x. So, and at the end, we will make like 3 to 4x. And so far we have done 3 to 5 exits that we on hospitals, and in hotels we have done 3 exits. So we are right now, we don't want to add 1, 2 or more. We want to do exponential. We want to do 5 or 10 together. So we are working with equity funding and hedge funding and other family offices, and excited to be a part of this group as well.
Yeah. So now, getting into this type of space, I think a lot of our listener base is single and multifamily, real estate entrepreneurs. Some people maybe haven't gotten into it, and some people maybe you're doing 750 plus, 1,000 plus deals a year. And when you start playing in the space that you're playing in with that real heavy commercial, high end, big properties, what are some of the biggest differences for success that you find in that space versus, a smaller, not to be diminishing, but like
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Maybe a less challenging, less complicated real estate deal. What are some of the things you have to look out for when you start playing in the field that you guys are in?
So typically one thing that we get into is when we work in America in global standpoint, US and Canada, it's already like a developed nation, it's already reached to that point of saturation, or it's hard to tap into ungrown area. But if you look in nations like, India or Africa, where there's infrastructure is still growing, the technology is still growing, and wherever you jump in, there is a multiplication in real estate market. So that's why, if you look at healthcare project that we do, it's already, we have 3 beds for 1,000 people in the US, but in India, or in China or other nations, it's less than 1 bed for 1,000 people. So there's a big demand in there. So, and even if you build another 100 hospitals, there's still demand in there. And so that's kind of an area that we try to tap into. And there's definitely 3x, 4x, 5x, 6x returns if you really manage the operations well. So that's why there is less risk compared to deals that we work in the US, where you need to be really having the right team, right crew, right strategy, right property that you invest into, or it's gonna burn your hand.
Right. Yeah. And, with larger projects, it all comes down to people, systems, leadership. What are some of the tangible things that you're working on right now within the Chris Group to set up that infrastructure in a proper way to keep doing this at even a higher scale in the next decade, let's say?
So yeah, you brought up a really good point where people skills that really matters. Whenever it all starts at hiring. Now you hire right people, have the right team in place, and whenever we bring in people, we look for 2 things: character and competence. Character means value they carry, and honesty and humility. Skills can be trained, and also competent. If you're not competent enough, you cannot handle bigger tasks. It's not just experience purely, it's just the knowledge and the willingness to learn and work as a team. So that's what I look at competence. So what we do is we hire right people and put them into a meritocratic group, and then give them an audacious goal, and then give them equity return. For example, we make this year, if it is a 20 million is what you're making, and our net profit stands at 5 million, we'll take 10% of that and we'll give it to our top 10 people. For example, if it is 500,000, that's been distributed, to the top, I'm talking about the top 10 people, top 20 people, that way we get our target being done on time with quality results, and and also a good net profit. At the end, it comes to the people. So that's a main thing where I feel like hire the right people in the bus. That's what I say, the key people in the bus. So that what matters at the end. The result completely depends on how you treat people, how you hire people, and result automatically follows.
And then ultimately what you said right there, it's not just about how you hire them and how you train them or whatever else. It's also how you keep them. Like, what's the incentive for their own lives, their families, their dreams, etc.
Yeah.
Because why else would they keep doing it, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's performance based.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree with you. It's completely performance based, and also, as an employee, if he wants to stay with you, work with you for a long time, long run, what they expect you is, what are they getting out of it? And secondly, is it value if I'm learning out of this? And what is a future prospect?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And also there is the way you treat people. These all matters. These four things work together and you set up a great, if you have a good team, good relationship that you maintain, and I mean, it's just a multiplication growth after that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love what you said about how you look to hire people. You hire people with character and competence, because you might be a real good person, you might be a little dumb. And so ultimately that competence still is super important on top of the character. When you have the blend of the two things together, that's when you can really make magic happen within business. Tell me if I'm wrong there.
Oh yeah, that's 100% right. I mean, you cannot, it's always I say that, jockey, it's like a horse race where horse is the business and jockey is a person that you hire. Even if you have an amazing business and if you give it to a, person who cannot handle it, it's gonna just go to the steep slope. That's what I have a lot of friends of mine who work for Goldman Sachs. In Goldman Sachs, the day one they tell them like, hey, the amount of you can bring bad name to the company than good name. Don't make our company to be in the Wall Street Journal as a, that's how it is. You need to make sure the companies, people that you hire are competent enough to keep your, whatever you have built so far, they are able to maintain it or take it up. You should not go down. And then another thing is, if you have, incompetent people at the top positions, the smart people will keep leaving. That's another thing, you know. So that is one thing that I'll also keep. There is two way. Should I keep people or should I get rid of people? I used to read this a lot of books, and I found out from Beyond Entrepreneurship 2.0, like there is 7 steps where you can consider if you want to keep a person or you're gonna get rid of that person. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Hire slow and fire fast too.
that's right.
Um, with with what you're currently focused on, why do you think there's such importance to be looking at different markets, not just within the United States, but like on a global scale? Why is it so important to go to those markets other than just the fact of the demand? Is it because the money there, when it's deployed correctly, just gets you a consistent, safe return? Or what are some of those things that people just don't know?
I mean, the one thing is, I've seen a lot of investors, like high net worth individuals who have a lot of money sitting. They don't want to invest. I've seen them, they've been doing it for like 2022, pre-COVID, they haven't done any investments. But if you look at countries like, Dubai or in India or even in, other Indian subcontinents in Africa, there has been a lot of potential returns out of, they invest on stock markets, bonds, and every December they exit out of it. And that's a game they keep playing. But instead of just holding on to the funds in the US, it's definitely worth to invest in India or other parts. And I've seen in Dallas or markets in Texas, even if you invest in multi-family, it's a really good returns. But if to get a 2x return, it may take an average of 5 years or 7 years. But if you can get a 3x returns in 5 years, imagine, and that is sustainable, and you do all the due diligence, and you also have to make sure the fund logistics of the funds going to the out of US and getting back. And if you do all the proper due diligence and get into a proper stream of investment, and even if the Trump organization, they are planning to build 5 Trump towers in India. So imagine if that level of reputed companies are jumping into the market, they're not going to go just for expanding their expanding, but also to making money or returns out of it as well. So there is definitely a
Right.
potential. Yeah.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah, this is an interesting tidbit that I don't think anybody else would would be able to bring up. But I heard a story of a really high-level entrepreneur, real estate investor, who was in India at one point and was talking to somebody local there, and this guy told him that in India, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but he said that the word for wealth in India is circulation. Is that ring true, and what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's about right, because most of the business entrepreneur mind people are in one state in India called Gujarat. Those people, that's what they do. Even in the land in India, you don't need to build anything. Just hold some money in a land, and then in 2 years, sell that and reinvest in another land, and then reinvest in another land. And I have seen people who have 50x returns in 20 years, last 15 years. Time just flies. There's 15 years. I met a person a few weeks ago, and he told me that I have a 40-acre land in one part of India, and right now it worth 15 million 3 years ago, and now today it is 100 million. So in it was in 12 years, it went from probably a less than million to 50 million, and next 3 years it's from 50 million came to 100 million. That's how the real estate market grows, because right now the whole Indian market is in, it's going up. It's the right area to tap in. The next 15, 20 years, it's all the way up because of all the technology and AI, all ITs, and all the bigger companies moving in. I mean, and that's no wonder. That's why people in India, they keep reinvesting even in the properties. Yeah, you're about right. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Now, what what are you really focused on day to day within the business for yourself?
So I do look for, do like multi-family apartments. I look for those in the US, but mostly my target is we are planning 10 hospital projects in India in one city called Bangalore. That is like the Silicon Valley of India. And we are planning 10 more hospital locations. We already have two hospitals operational, and we have done one exit in the past, and that one exit is 3x returns, and that we got it in 2 years. We have a proven exit, and we have an existing project running, and we are planning for 10 more locations in the same town. It's a growing town, so I'm connecting with equity partners, family offices, and other hedge funding teams. I'm looking to raise fund. I don't know, I can get 10 investors for every hospital, but I want to just try to tap into one private equity firm where I can. We are ready to put in half of the
Yeah.
funds. Total cost is 32 million, and we are looking to. We already have 16 million from our side. We are looking for 16 more million from the equity partner. So that's what I do mostly. Go for
Wow.
meetings, conferences, and that is one part of our hospital. And we also do hotels and other things. That's already been
That's
operational.
what I
And
was actually
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was actually about to ask on that side too was is are you guys doing this all with your own money or how important it is to be able to build relationships with other people that also have high purses to be able to actually fund some of these projects?
I mean, as of now, we've been doing it for last 20 years. We're doing it with our own funds, and it has been. I haven't seen an exponential growth. So, if you look at a lot of big businesses, how they actually go from one location to 1,000 locations in 2, 3 years, it's not just using your own money, but bringing in investors' money, and you have different buckets of sources, and you have right team in place and right channel of fundraising in place, and then you can reach to different bigger goals.
It's incredible. So, with these 10 projects that you're working on in Bangalore, how long until you're expecting to break ground, build, and then exit on each of those projects?
So it's 3-year project. So we first year we're gonna build it. So that's a build stage, and second is operational stage, and that is gonna be the second year. So to be precise, the 13th month to 28th month. So 2.5 years. And the third year we will start looking for bids. So first year we'll do the construction, and then we have a healthcare management team who will operate the hospital, and we will rent it to them for around $30,000 per month, and they will run it for 1 year. And then by the time it's operational, we'll look for private equity company to sell it. There are a lot of private equity companies like Blackstone, KKR. They want to buy it, and also bigger healthcare chains like Apollo Hospital and Manipal Hospital. They also want to buy it, and there are other doctors like two neurosurgeons or two cardio specialists. They combine together and they buy it. So that's a 3 years exit that we are looking at.
Wow. Now, why do you prefer those short term buy, build, exits versus owning long term? Why do you prefer that?
Yeah, perfect question. That's amazing. So we are a real estate and a construction company, and we know what our strengths are. We can build it, and we have our own inbuilt crew. We have already done few projects, and we want to just focus on our strength, which is constructing it and exiting it. And we make money out of that in that area. And people, we one hospital is 3.2 million, and we exit at 11, 12 million, and still we have people who come and buy it for 12 million. They make really good money in operations every year. Like their revenue is close to a million, or a million to 3 million. Yeah.
So it sounds like really what you're doing is staying in your lane because ultimately, like, you're great at getting in, getting the deal done, building it, and then passing it to somebody else that's going to turn it into an actual fine operated business
Exactly.
almost. Is
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
wow.
that's exactly right. We are real estate. We'll just focus on our strength, and we want to exponentially grow. And we'll do 10 hospitals in one city, and then we'll do another 10 hospital in different city. And then once hospital business is saturated, we'll just try to get into, shopping malls or apartments or hotels. And we just try to look in, tap into the niche areas and lucrative business like this, where not a lot of people can build hospitals. You need to have proper expertise, construction permits from this Ministry of Health and the city to build it. Not a lot of people can jump into this. Maybe we are the only few uh, real estate companies in India who can do these projects.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like the barrier to entry because that's what I look at in every type of investment is what's the barrier of entry, right? Because in some cases it actually keeps out the less serious people, right? If I'm gonna go look at a flip property and get it a wholesaling, well, I can do that with no money, right? And
Right.
so as a factor of that, it's overridden with people that aren't super serious, they don't run real businesses, et cetera. Like you have to have people, structure, money, like all of the things that hold people back from it. But when you get those things in order, it cuts down competition for you.
Yeah. And as I was telling again, in India, because it's a developing country, we don't have a lot of, because we wherever you get in, you make money. And in this area is completely niche. Only like we don't have competition as of now. I don't know about next 5 years after that, but right now we are the only few people who could execute these projects. And these are
Yeah.
3x returns is easy possible, and because I don't want to overpromise to anyone, and especially if it is video, this phone call, then yes. But I mean, we know that we can do it at 5x, 6x returns. That has been done in the
Right.
past, but 3x is what uh, we will stand to our word with.
Yeah, because ultimately too, like, it's a whole lot cooler to hear 2x, 3x, 4x. Because I think on the single family side, a lot of people are trying to chase that 20 to 30x. I've heard some people getting as high as 34x, but it's like 34x of a $100,000 project versus 3x of a $50 million project. It's still a very drastic difference, and still something to be very excited about when you play at that scale.
Yeah. But we say that it's 3x, but we have done lots of 3x's before, and this is not even risk.
Right.
You don't do anything. I mean, you just it's a safe money, and you invest in the real estate, and that still holds the value. And 3x is easy any given day possible. If any type of due diligence being done, that is
Yeah.
easy possible. People who are looking for a safer return of 3x in 2 years or 4x in 3 years, this is a kind of a project where they can take the stress out of their mind and they invest. And any day they exit out, the first year they exit out, they still make 2x. The third year they exit out, they make 4x. It's still the same at the end of the day. The IRR is going to be the same. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So, Vijay, tell us this kind of last question before we wrap up the show. If you had to, go back to when you were getting your MBA, your master's in mechanical engineering, all that, and then like how you've gotten into real estate now, and maybe when you got into real estate, like what would you do different and what would you do the same with all the knowledge that you now have today?
Yeah, I mean, whenever I went for my engineering and MBA, always every 4 years, I tend to change my, goals and my visions and my long-term goals. I felt like, I cannot work in a company forever. I'm working for someone else, building them the
Mm.
wealth, but for sure, I'll learn a lot of experience. I know different ways and procedures to do things faster and smarter. Definitely you need an experience, work for a bigger organization, learn that cool stuff, and then apply to your own company. And I feel this education, this experience working for multiple companies of different domain, like supply chain, construction, mechanical, automotive, this gave me a different wide angle. I can think out of box different ways. I mean it's mind is your limit. I mean, I feel like everything is possible. Anything is possible. This gives me to think out of box. Yeah.
You bet. So, if anybody wants to learn more about you, what you're working on, where should they go for that?
I mean, they can connect me in my LinkedIn. My name is Vijay Selvaraj, or I check our website is chrisgroup.in. It's chrisgroup.in, not .com. It's chrisgroup.in, and they can also touch base in LinkedIn as well. So they can connect me there.
Awesome. Well, Vijay, thank you so much for being here today. Everybody, I'm really hoping that if you got as much value out of this as I did, that you'll be off to the races, and we will see you in the next episode. Thanks again, Vijay.
Thank you, Steve. Nice talking. Take care.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.